Okay guys, so welcome to part 2 of this tutorial. I do want to say a few things first, so please don't skip because I really want your opinion on this. So first of all, I do want to apologize for the previous video where I showed you how to collapse this model, because I only noticed it after, but I was doing a lot of things off frame, and I just want to make sure that if you guys didn't understand or feel like I could do a better job, I know I can, but so just leave a comment like, hey man, this video is shit, and I'll just I'll redo that part and I'll upload that, no problem. And the other thing that I want to ask you is if you enjoy me actually explaining how to pre-crease the models, like not just the one that I did on my previous videos, but usually my tutorials I always show you how to pre-crease the model, and it obviously takes up some time, so I wanted to know your opinion if you enjoy me making that, or if I should just skip that part. Yeah, leave a comment below. I'll also create a post with this, so you can always answer that. Anyway, let's get started. So if you haven't watched the first video, make sure to watch it. I'll leave a link here on the screen. And now we're going to shape it. Actually, let me zoom first. Okay, so first things first, we can actually locate first where the things are. So obviously lower jaw, upper jaw, and here in the lower jaw we have four teeth. Or 4 teeth? No idea. So you have, if you open up here, you have 2 points here, and then another 2 points here, and then you actually have the 5th, but that is the jaw. Okay, so all good there. Here on the top, on the lower jaw, you have, on the upper jaw, sorry, you have 6 teeth. So you have these 2 front big ones, and then inside here you actually have, if you pull this out, you have another 2 right there. Okay, so you should have that on this side as well. And then you have these 2 big horns, these 2, and then you have another couple of pairs of horns, smaller ones, and then you have like some points here to do some small details, and also here to do some small details on the head. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually narrow everything down, and this is kind of boring because you have to I recommend you open sync everything instead of just doing a mountain fold. For example, you could just do this and you would narrow down the flap, right? So this would work, but then these 2 flaps get kind of trapped and you can separate them easily. So I recommend you open sync them, and I'm going to show you how. Let me just zoom a bit more. Okay, so yeah, let's do this part first, so you can actually do what I did. So you fold this edge to the middle and fold, and then you're going to open sync. So this is pretty easy, just normal open sync. Be prepared to do a lot of these. There are a lot of flaps to be narrowed down. Okay, so that one, as you can see now, you can actually separate these 2 points very easily compared to the to just using a mountain fold or alley fold. Do the same thing with the next one, so you can fold this to the right, do the same thing. If you're having trouble, you can always open here and just push with a toothpick or with a pen, something that will help you get the creases in the correct position. in my case, I don't think I need it because I'm actually doing them quite easily. Okay, fold that one to the right again, and then you have this one, which is a bit different. This one is a squash a squash fold, sorry, instead of an open sink. So you just have to open here in the middle and just press this down. I find this type of folds extremely satisfaction. Oh, I forgot how to say that word. But yeah. Okay, and you can just close this all, and now it's easier if you actually turn around and do this instead of just keep folding this to the right. So you can close this part, and then you can go here and kind of open this part here. Now, as you can see here, we also have these smaller flaps here, which I also recommend you open sink them. So this will be a bit different. You cannot, so if you try to fold this edge to the center, you won't be able to, because you'll have to make a squash fold here, and although you can, and it would be more accurate, but it's not really necessary. So you can just fold to this tip here and to this, so it would be something like that. Since this is just shaping, you can do that so it's not a problem at all. So it's a lot easier if you just do that instead of just having to sink this part twice, because you would have to do the same thing on this flap, and that would also go there, and yeah. If you folded the Ancient Dragon, this is what happens when you narrow the legs. Yeah. Okay, so you have one, and you do the same thing on this side, on this one. So I'll just fold this all and fold it to this side because I think it's easier. You can just align it with the crease underneath. And now just open a bit here. It's very similar to a squash fold, I guess, this one, but not quite, because you can't really squash it fully. Like so. Okay, just keep folding. Now fold this to the middle. Now this one you can fold to the middle. Okay, back to open sinks. This one might be a bit harder to do if you don't get the creases in the correct place at the first try, sorry, because it's harder to reach here with the toothpick. It's harder to reach inside, but it's still manageable. So take your time to do these ones. Don't rush it. Okay. Does it, and only one more to go. Let me just fold that to the side. Yeah, oh sorry, this one is actually it's not an open sink, it's actually another squash fold, so you can just do the same thing. So just open here and squash this part. I made a mistake to crease it. Usually when it is squash folds, I never pre-crease the lines before, because squashing is very easy to do without pre-creasings compared to open sinks. So yeah, that's why. So now you can close everything, and if you've done everything right, now you should have like all of these. So these two are tooths here, and you also have the jaw, which is in the middle. Now we can do the same thing on the other side, so I'll just do that a bit faster. It's exactly the same thing. Okay, so lower jaw is all narrowed down, so I guess we don't need to narrow it anymore. You can see all the teeth too. Why do I keep saying that word? I'll just stop saying it. So yeah, we have all the tips here. So nice. And now we can start working on narrowing on the upper jaw. So this will be a bit harder because, as you can see, the tips are a bit hidden inside of this flap. But nonetheless, we need to do that, and we can start by the same thing. So basically you can just fold these two flaps here on the middle line, and just open this part a bit, and you do the same thing. So you fold this edge to the center, like that, crease, and now we're going to open sync. So what I did was just pull this out, just open this a bit, not too much, and I just do normal open sync. Again, yeah, it's harder because this tip here is under another flap, so that kind of makes it harder. But yeah, I hate when this happens. So as you can see, I can't really make that valley fold pop, and this is actually a good way this happens. What I usually do is I pinch next to it and I just slide the paper in my hand like so. That usually gets the job done, and well, hopefully that will help you in case you encounter this again. What you can actually also do is just use a pick inside to pop that line, but I guess this is just easier. Okay, so the first one is done. It got a bit messy here inside, but that's not a problem. Okay, so you can do this one as well, so let me just fold that to this side. You can do this one now. Again, the same thing. Okay, this one, so the third one is another squash fold. So you can just open here in the middle. That's a bit harder because you have this one, so you can fold all of this to the right. Okay, so just it's easier, so just to help you collapse and just squash. Actually let's do something different, because what will happen is if you, for example, fold this this edge here, what will happen is you couldn't, because there's these flaps here. Okay, so what you're going to do is just fold to that edge right there. So just fold it to this line here instead of folding all the way, so like that, and you can open sync that part. Okay. So now what you have to do is, so you can fold again all of this to the right, so you just have to do these little flaps. Yeah, these ones are going to be annoying, but you also have to do them. So The first one is just a squash fold, so that's easy. So just open this in squash. That, you can fold this over. Now these ones is the same thing that we did here with the tooth, because these ones, if you fold, you can't fold this edge to the middle because there's a crease here that will stop it, but you can fold it at the maximum, so something like that. Maybe I can zoom a bit more in this part. Okay, like so. Unfold and just squash or sink or whatever. Doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, fold this over. I'm gonna fold the other flap as well, and now I'm just gonna fold this part to the center again. It's getting a bit thick here, but that's normal. Okay, just one more, and it's sort of, yeah, it's a squash fold, but not exactly, because once again you have like a little edge here that doesn't allow you to do it all the way, unless you can just squash it. Try to squash it. This is a bit hard. Let me actually see what I can do here. Okay, I managed to get a handle on it. It's not perfect, but it works. It's just to make it a little bit thinner. Okay, and you can just close everything back the way it was, and bam, the lower jaw is also a bit narrow now, so you can see the difference between the jaws here, between this side and this one. And if you open here, you should be able to separate all of the, I'm not gonna say that word, all of the tips. Okay, so here they are. It's starting to look good. So now I'm just gonna do on this side a bit faster, and then we'll carry on. I've done both sides here, so I think we are pretty much done with the sink folds. Not quite, but almost done. And I guess before we actually get the head into shape, into the position, we can actually work some details here on the top, because that might be a bit easier. So let me show you the one that I have. So this is what I did. So as you can see, first off we have like these two like eyes, I guess, here, and then you have like this horn, and then you have like this one. So we'll do like, let's do the eyes first, and then this part right here. So to do the like the eyes, so as you can see here, you have, if you open here, you have 3, I think should be, or 2. Yeah, 2 points, I guess. So what you're going to do is actually open here in the middle, okay, and you're just going to reverse fold here, and you can do the same thing on the other side. So you just kind of open this part, and then you just make a valley fold along this line, just folding them like that. Or what was it? No, actually, yeah, you can fold this part up actually. So under these flaps here, you can just fold this part like that. Let me zoom a bit actually. Okay, like that. And now what you're going to do, so you're going to grab one flap and you're going to fold it inside, and the same thing on the other side. And now you're going to squash this part here. Okay, so first off, you're going to fold the tip to the center, the middle line, just to make a crease, like that, and fold. And now you're just going to open, it's easier if I just use a pencil. So I'm just gonna open here, and I'm just gonna pinch here, and then I'm gonna open here as well. And then what I usually do is just pinch both sides and just spread, or try to spread this part here, okay? Something like this. Okay, so it's a bit ugly with all the lines, and that's why I don't recommend you doing the lines, but you can see here on mine, oh sorry, how it looks. Yeah, do the same thing on this side. Yeah, this side was a bit harder, as you can see. This one turned out better than this one, but that's okay. Next, so okay, so here comes, it's not hard, but it's not hard because it's a difficult fold, but it's hard because it's a small paper. So what I'm going to do is make this, unfold this part and make this triangle here. And what we're going to do is basically make a petal or a fish base, I'm not really sure. So we're gonna make that one. So first of all, what you're going to do is make a mountain fold on this edge here, on this bisector, and on the other one as well, okay? So basically you can do one side, so, and then your mountain fold here, valley fold. So basically fold this, align it with the center and crease, and then just fold this over, and then fold the other one like that, okay? And then here you're gonna make a mountain fold. Okay, so you're going to make a mountain fold here. So basically you're just gonna open this and just squash. You can crease all the way, or you can just crease like about here. And what you have to do, or what you can do, is actually just just fold this part down, and it will eventually like that, and you just make this petal fold like so. Let me actually see if I did that on mine. I did, yeah, I think it's pretty much the same thing. You can just fold this down like that. And now you have this little horn here, which you can like make a rabbit ear or something like that. I guess that works. Yeah, so I guess we can actually get, no, actually let me make some more details on the head. Okay, so we can actually take care of these horns, bigger horns here. We need to narrow them down. One thing you can do is open this flap here in the middle and just squash this part. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just need to kind of narrow it down a little bit. I think this should do it. Okay. To narrow it further, you can actually fold this inside, so fold this edge to the center, like that. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now you also need to narrow down these smaller ones. What you can actually do, so for these first ones, you can open in the middle and first of all squash this one, this layer here. Okay, so that, and then close. Okay, and then these ones you can, so instead of folding them on this side, instead of making a valley fold, you can actually make a mountain fold, and this way you trap this part here. Okay, so it's just a tip, so like so. If your paper is two colors, be aware that, so this is a color and this is another one. Okay, so do your best to hide it, I guess, if you don't want it. Okay, so here as well you can fold this edge inside. Like that. Close everything. Okay, and that's one horn. Now do the exact same thing for the remaining three here. Okay, so I'm just going to do that faster. Okay, so there you go, all horns are done. So here actually what you can also do, instead of doing this a valley fold, you can actually do it a mountain fold, as I did on these smaller horns. Don't know why I didn't do that here. Yeah, it's totally up to you, there's no correct way here. I'm just gonna do that because I think it's easier. Less flaps flying around. Okay. Yeah, so we can now start like shaping. So all we need to do now is put the head in the position and kind of curve it a bit and put the teeth in the correct position. Okay, so let's start getting the head into position. So what you're going to do is make a mountain fold here and the valley fold here on the back. So you're basically gonna push these flaps inside and popping this crease here a little bit, okay? Like that. And try to hold it here, and as you do that, you're going to lift this part up, like kind of reverse folding, and then you're just gonna make a small, I guess, rabbit here on the lower jaw, and also the same thing on the upper jaw. Just fold these flaps in like so. Okay, so something like this. Actually, I think I like it to be more open than this, so you can make it like so, like fold it. Okay, fold it as far as you can go here. As you can see, I can't make this reverse fold go further. It starts like opening up here, but you can also make the jaw a bit lower, I guess. But I think this is good enough. Okay, like this. Crease everything. Okay, so now let's work on the lower jaw first. So what you're going to do first is pull out one tip here. Okay, so just pull one, and you're gonna open, or try to open, like in the middle. Doesn't have to be exactly the middle, and just fold it all the way through, like the farthest you can go. Okay, and then you try to close it by just pressing down here and making this vertical. Okay, like that, and just press it. Don't worry if this part gets a little bit crimped up here inside, don't worry about that, just press it down. What you can do here is actually narrow the tooth. Like if you open here inside, you can just fold this part here. I didn't do that, I'll just do that here, just so you know how to do. I didn't do that in my fold. I don't know if I can even do it because it's a bit complicated. Fold this inside, but try to get one. Okay, I'm not managing to do that because there's a lot of flaps here and it's not being, they are not helping me. Okay, I think. I can't. But yeah, if you want to take your time to do this, you can actually narrow each tooth. So now you're going to do the same thing with the next one, except, so yeah, open in the middle and reverse fold this and fold this up, except now you don't fold all the way, you fold like maybe half of the distance to the jaw. Okay, so I guess this should be enough. And let me just point this a bit down, like so. Okay, like that. And now you do the exact same thing on this side. Do that. Okay, perfect. As you can see, it has really big teeth. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, so this is the tip. Here on the tip you can like fold it inside, or fold it not inside, but fold it up a little bit so it looks more like a jaw, I guess, but that's totally up to you. So now here on the upper jaw, let's work on the teeth or tooths again, I don't know. So it's pretty much the exact same thing. So you're just gonna open in the middle and you're gonna grab one point and you're just gonna fold this. I don't think I folded like all the way. I think I folded it a bit in between, because these ones, or at least like you can see here on my version, so they look a bit smaller than the lower ones, but that's totally just how I did it. It's totally up to you how you do yours. So I'm just gonna fold it, like align it more or less with the line here with the eye. Okay, so I guess something like this. Okay, and then you grab the other one and do the same thing, except now this one is shorter. This one is barely visible actually. If this one is not that visible, you can actually just pull this one further back so you have more room to fold this one, but I think mine looks good like that. Okay, like this. And then this one, what I did was just fold this in half, like so, like making a mountain fold here. Just fold it in half, and then you can like curve it down, or you can even fold it in half again so it gets thinner. No, not thinner, but yeah, it's not thinner, but you know what I mean. Okay, like that. Let me do the same thing on the other side. So again, I'm gonna line it with the eye. But that's just what I'm doing. You can just pull it further back and have bigger teeth. Like that. Next one. Sorry if you hear my dog snoring, by the way. It's kind of late and he's sleeping. And he's a bulldog, so they snore. Okay, now this big one. Okay, looking good. I guess all we need to do now is the horns. One thing with the head, so the head, this part is kind of flat, but I like it to have like a curvature here. So what you can actually do is maybe glue a bit here so these inner layers are closed, and this way the head will be more closed, like the upper jaw will be more closed. But that's just what I did. Like mine is not that, it's still a bit flat here on the top. But yeah, again, it's totally up to you. So let's work on these horns here, because they are a bit harder because they are smaller. So with the horns, I always do the same thing. I always do like a rabbit here and narrow them. So that's what I'm gonna do. So pick up one and fold it in half, like so, and make like a small rabbit here, like that. So pretty straightforward. you can then curve it a bit if you want, but this is what I usually do with all the horns. So, and I think that's what most people do actually, so it's a pretty standard way to shape the horns. Okay, so these two are done. I can work on these ones. So these ones, again, I'm doing the same thing, but what you can do is, and maybe the glue will help, is actually just separate them a bit to the side so they are more visible. Okay, mine are not that great, so I'm not going to show you, but I honestly think this head is better than the one that I did, but because it's a lot bigger, like the paper is a lot bigger, that's why I'm being able to get more detail here. But yeah, what you can do is like fold this a bit down like that, and then so you can actually just crease like that, and then the paper will turn back a bit. So let me do that here as well. I should have done this on my on my fold actually, because this looks way better. But yeah, now you know. Okay, like so. So looking good. Now all you need to do is these ones, and again the same procedure. So I'm just gonna fold this in half and make like a rabbit here. Something like that. And this sides. And yeah, I guess that looks good. I guess what you can do to make it look better is open here and try to curve the jaw. So basically making like a mountain fold here, like giving it some curvy shape. Okay, like making mountain folds here. Okay, something like that. You can clearly see the difference now, and do the same thing with this lower jaw. So make like mountain folds, or curve this part a little bit so it looks more like a jaw. Oops, like that. And then you can push this part like so, like just push it. You can't really see on the back, but like that. Just push it. It doesn't have to be a crease. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the head. Let me zoom out so we can compare both of them. Okay, so this is the one that I showed you to do, and this is the one that I actually did. There's not that many differences. Like here, as you can see, like the horns here on the back, they're not that visible. That's why I told you to actually kind of separate them a bit more, and I actually like this one better than this one. But the paper is a bit smaller here, so I couldn't do much. But yeah, I really like both of them. Hopefully you do too. And that's it, guys. So hope you guys managed to do this, and I'll see you on the next video.